And may I say, dear brother, Mr. Permanent Secretary, ladies and gentlemen, members of our two delegation. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for the warm welcome that we have received, and also all the attention we have been surrounded with since our arrival in this very beautiful city of Abuja. Thank you very much for receiving me on a very short notice. And let me say that on a personal tone, I am very delighted to be with you on your very first official activity as a foreign minister. As you have rightly mentioned, there is a long tradition of political dialogue, political consultations between Algeria and Nigeria, and this is only natural because we have always stood side by side, hand in hand, when it comes to common African causes and common international causes. I cannot personally remember in my very long career as a diplomat a single difference between Algeria and Nigeria when it comes to international relations. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to deliver the message of President Tebboune to his brother, President Bola Tinubu. He was delighted to receive the message conveyed by Ambassador Kingibe recently, and I am here to continue this indirect exchange between our two presidents on a very serious issue, an issue that is of deep concern to our two countries, Algeria and Nigeria, and that is the crisis that has developed, unfortunately, in Niger, and it is a crisis that Niger did not deserve and the Nigerian people did not deserve. And we owe it to Niger and to the Nigerian people to do our utmost to help them overcome these very difficult moments. As far as the crisis itself is concerned, I believe that we share the same principles. I will say again on a personal note, when the African summit, the OAU summit, took place in Algiers in 1999, it was that summit that enacted and enshrined this new norm in inter-African relations about unconstitutional changes. That norms were enshrined and put in place, enacted during the Algerian summit, the African summit taking place in Algiers. And it happens that as a foreign minister of my country at that time, I was chairing the ministerial meeting that proposed this decision to the summit. So my country owe it to Africa to make it, to be sure that this principle is respected. And that's why then when we adopted our first reaction to the coup that took place in Niger, we rejected the anti-constitutional change. That was the first principle that we have stressed. The second principle is that we have called for an immediate restoration of the constitutional and democratic order. And we have stressed that the fact that President Bazoum remains the legitimate president of Niger, and we have offered our help to restore the constitutional and democratic order. And I believe on these four principles there is total agreement between our two countries. And it is on the basis of these principles that I'm here today to continue to work with you in order to further the implementation of these principles, and as I said, above all, help the Nigerian people overcome this crisis. Thank you very much.